went down just a few days ago with members of Congress and the media, and you looked at those so-called horrible concentration camps, they said, wow, these places are clean. Wow, they have air conditioning. They have water. And, you know, to be honest, it's not like they came and we want to take care of people. We got to straighten out our immigration laws. You know, in a very short period of time, if the Democrats would give us a few votes, we could solve the immigration problem, and it would be so great.
Welcome back to The Spin Room. There is fury over the Trump administration's treatment of migrants on the southern border. And now liberal Jews are joining forces to take action, launching a campaign of civil disobedience to shut down detention centers, aiming to make it impossible for them to operate. The group is called the Never Again Action Coalition, and spokeswoman Sophie Ellman-Golan joins us now from New York. Sophie, welcome to The Spin Room. When you use the phrase never again, that's an explicit Holocaust allusion. Is that appropriate?
Well, we certainly think it's appropriate because we're using it. For us, we're not waiting for conditions that are happening at the border and around the country to exactly mirror what happened in the Holocaust. We're not going to wait for it to get to that point. We need to take action now.
But when you break it down and have a look at the situation, I mean, obviously there are no gas chambers. There's no attempt to exterminate Mexicans or other migrants. So try to explain perhaps to people who think that this use of language is cheapening the Holocaust why you think it's appropriate.
We're not particularly interested in having conversations about semantics. We think that the outrage that people are expressing about words that are used should be more appropriately directed at the outrage on the conditions that human beings are being subjected to right now.
But I'm sorry, Sophie, because it's not just a question about semantics.
In camps all over the country.
But Sophie, this isn't just a question about semantics, because we as Jews will certainly expect the rest of the world to treat the legacy of the Holocaust very seriously. So when we go around using phrases like never again or saying concentration camps or Nazis, that's an analogy that needs to hold a lot of weight before you start bandying it around.
I agree. I think we should be using the strongest possible language to describe what's happening right now, and that's what we're doing. Never again very clearly means, what is the point of saying never again if we're not going to actually put that into action, if we're going to allow the conditions that preceded the extermination of 6 million Jews and many other people to just go on? What's the point of saying never again if we're not going to take action on that?
But what exactly is it about the Trump administration's
many scholars have already commented on.
But what exactly is it about the Trump administration policy of these detention centers that you think is reminiscent in any way of the horrors of the Holocaust?
Well, first of all, we're not saying the Holocaust. We're being very explicit. We're saying we're calling them concentration camps, and we're definitely comparing his authoritarian rule to authoritarian rules we've seen before, but I'm not necessarily calling this the Holocaust. I'm saying that the conditions that preceded the Holocaust and that led to the extermination of 6 million Jews are conditions that we're seeing right now. We're seeing implemented on the ground is not an immigration policy, it's a dehumanization policy. We are seeing people rounded up, put into camps, concentrated in one location. We're seeing them deprived of health care, deprived of water. We're seeing families torn apart. We're seeing absolute callousness, sexual violence against women that are being held there. The cruelty is beyond belief.